It's moving, it's doing things. We'll go.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, so I did watch Clerks 3.
What'd you think?
That shit was emotional.
So it brought some like memories back from the first one and shit.
No. Well, I mean, the whole thing was just... It was weird because it was...
Hold on. You can't... Don't get into specific. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so...
Just
I mean,
yeah,
there's
just
not
do
much
overall.
you need to know, really. Except for the first Clerks is Kevin Smith's first movie. He dropped out of film school, went home, put all of his credit cards, like I think it was like 9 or 11 credit cards, maxed them out, sold his comic books and any other like valuables he had.
Where was he living?
And he made a movie. He was in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's from New Jersey.
Yes.
So he was still living there, or did he move to California?
He had moved to film school in Canada.
Oh, Canada. He was in Canada.
Yeah, I forget the school. But he went to film school in Canada. And then went back home to New Jersey. Dropped out of film school. I think he went for like a year or something, or maybe less. And then he started making that movie, Clerks.
That's his first film.
Yeah, he shot it in black and white. It was a very like meta movie for the time, I guess. It was very like at the time nobody was writing movies where people could see themselves in the movie.
Yeah, so he wrote parts that were like relatable, especially like it's those movies that can capture a moment in time. Like when you watch that movie, you feel like you're back in the 90s, you know, like he gives you such a good 90s feel.
He was writing, you know, and characters that talked like average dudes because they were the average dudes. And it was relatable to the people at the time, you know, that age group.
Did he know those two actors before? Is that why he
pretty much everyone in the movie was his friend.
So he just used all his friends and say, hey, let's make a movie.
No, I think he did get some actors, but anybody was like willing to do it for cheap or nothing, you know,
because it was just an indie film.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he shot it himself too, or did he have
I think he had
somebody do in the same.
Somebody, or he did as well, you know, the smallest crew you could.
Yeah.
So if there was just like one other dude there on camera, you know, and it was like not a professional camera guy, but like a guy who he knew who could run the camera, or he did it himself. I don't know the specifics going on, like, you know, exactly what they did during the filming, but what came out of it was Clerks, and that like projected his career. You know, he was this kid, dropped out, was 20 something years old, and
he just went for it.
He made this movie that just was big at film festivals, you know,
got all this attention.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he feels awesome because he's like, this is exactly.
And then people wanted to like, what do you want to do? Who do you want to make? We're going to finance it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh,
isn't it the same like with Robin Williams? Didn't he drop out of Juilliard? Didn't he leave or something like that? Because he went to like Juilliard. I know that.
I don't know.
It's like, it's like, all right, I think I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah, and just go and do it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. He has like such a like joyful like aura about him, dude. Anytime I see him on TV, like that show we were watching, what's the show that he had, the film review one?
Oh, Screen something or Move something? I don't remember.
Screen Haters or something like that?
No, something like that. Let's see.
It was Film Geeks or something, like Movie Nuts.
Oh gosh, there's so many
Theater-
things he's credited for. Oh, spoilers.
Spoilers. There we go.
Spoilers. Where it was just like them talking about
So
movies.
they watch the movie and then they just talk about it right
Yes.
after.
Yes.
You would have probably loved to be on that show.
Yeah, it would have been cool. Yeah.
I wonder why he stopped doing it. Probably whatever. Just ended.
Yeah, probably just ended.
But that's what he loves to do. He loves to watch movies and talk about them.
Yeah, he's just
So
a big
that's
nerd.
like the easiest TV show.
That's why
for
he
him.
got into making movies, because he loved movies.
Yeah, like Quentin Tarantino. He worked in a video store.
Yeah. So actually, that's the thing is that in Clerks, we have a convenience store and it's attached to, it shares the same building as
Yeah.
a video store.
Yeah, same thing.
And so he originally wanted to get hired at the video store, but he got tricked because the guy was like, well, I see you've got like convenience store,
Experience.
background experience. And we own the convenience store as well. Would you mind also working there like a couple times?
Is that the one he worked at?
Yeah.
In
That
real
was
life?
the one. Yes.
Where's this at? New Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Leonardo, New Jersey, I think.
Okay.
I think that's what the city's called, Leonardo. But yeah, so he that's what he had access to.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I mean, you want to make a film, but what do you make it about?
What are you going to shoot?
Where are you going to shoot?
Yeah.
What is it going to be? Like, if you want to make a space film, do you have access to space to film it? How are you going to make space? So if you want to write something, you want to do it with the mindset of like, oh, what do I have access to film?
Yeah.
Then I can write about that because I have all the access to it. So you had the access to the convenience store at night. And like a running joke in the movie is that like there's a sign that says, I assure you we're open, because they wrote in that the gate to the convenience store, somebody put gum in the lock and they can't unlock it.
Yeah.
So it explains why in the movie, the inside of the convenience store, the gate's always closed through the window. Like you can't see outside.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they had to film the whole thing when the convenience store was closed at night. So it's just like a cheap way of getting by that without having to people be like, it's night there, but we just saw him walk in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they?
So the thing with that is that Clerks pretty much is just his experience working as a clerk at a convenience store.
Yeah.
And then when they asked him to do like Clerks 2, he pretty much did the same concept, but in a fast food restaurant.
Okay.
No, they didn't ask him to do Clerks 2. I think there was Mallrats and then Clerks 2. But Mallrats was Clerks in a mall, and then Clerks 2 is just Clerks in a fast food restaurant. It's supposed to be like a McDonald's, but there's no rights to it, so they made it up, called it Moobies. That's that hat. I
watched Mallrats like a month ago, maybe. I was just looking through movies and I was like, I'm gonna watch this. And I hadn't seen it in so long, so it's kind of cool to watch it again. So Kevin Smith hanging from a rope and like swinging and like,
yeah,
it was crazy.
It was just
dude.
crazy. And so what's also funny too is like he'd mentioned in Mallrats, like he had written that part in the movie where he's speaking to Stan Lee, right? Stan Lee's in that movie.
Yeah.
That's actually Stan Lee's first cameo movie.
That's awesome.
And so he wrote that part for Stan Lee, but he didn't call it Stan Lee in the script. So when he was having someone looking at the script and they were talking about the movie and they were doing the casting and everything, they're like, it sounds like you wrote this part for somebody. Like, who's that supposed to be? He's like, well, I wrote it for Stan Lee, but I mean, I'm not going to get Stan Lee to be in my movie. So
Yeah, of course not.
they're like, well, I mean, we could ask him. Like, you could just do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sure enough, Stanley's like, yeah, I'll be in the movie. And it's funny too, because if you watch Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
there's that movie's set in like the 90s.
Yeah.
And so there's the scene where she's looking for the scroll on the bus, and that's Stan Lee's cameo.
Yeah.
Where he's reading a script and he's like, Excelsior. And she grabs the page he's reading and turns it over, and it's the script for Mallrats.
Yeah.
So it's like a little tie-in all the way back to his first cameo.
I wonder who thought of that. Somebody was like, well, she's
somebody, right?
Yeah.
Somebody.
We should have Stan Lee do a cameo, and then he's reading
Or his
Mallrats.
cameo.
Yeah. They went deep on that.
Which
one.
makes perfect sense. I mean, that's totally something that could have been happening.
No, yeah,
'Cause
it's smart.
That happened during that time.
I know, man. We won't get no more. What if they start doing like digital cameos or something?
No, they won't. Fans
No?
will get too pissed off. But anyway, so they went and made Clerks 2, which takes place inside
Excuse me.
this fast food restaurant. And then at the end of that, they end up being able to go back to that convenience store. Like they own it. Okay. Clerks 3, the premise is that one of the characters has a heart attack. And they're older gentlemen now. They're like in their 50s. He has a heart attack. They still are owning this convenience store together.
Yeah.
And the guy who had a heart attack, like a massive heart attack, almost could have died from it. Like the statistics given to him were 70% of patients die from this,
Yeah.
but you're in the 30%. So it's good. And so the funny thing, I guess, well, not funny, but the thing is that Kevin Smith actually had a heart attack,
Yeah. Remember?
a massive one, and was
Yeah.
pretty much line for line what happens in the movie there
Oh,
is what his
that's what they
conversation
did.
was with his doctor and everything.
Dude, he has a crazy story on Rogan where he talks about that, dude.
Yeah.
And he's just
I've
crying,
heard him
dude.
talk about it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why? What? And that's how he became vegan. It's because
Yeah.
they told him, he was like, you can stop eating meat.
He's like, I love eating Twinkies.
He was a big guy too. And he was real thin. Real thin.
Yeah,
looking.
he's lost a lot of weight,
Yeah.
dude. And then he wears his backwards hat and he looks crazy because it's like,
Well, he wears the backwards hat because he started balding. And so he just stopped taking off the hat.
and just wearing it
Because
backwards.
he's got a little bald spot,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, just I'm saying, like, see him now where, the backwards cap when he was bigger.
And
He's
you
like,
know what? The thing I think too about it though is like, I mean, he's got a wardrobe all his own, but he said he used to wear jerseys and baggy clothes because he was a big guy, and like a jersey, like a hockey jersey was just like the perfect thing for a big guy to wear. It's like this
oversized.
big old oversized thing. It hides
t-shirt.
all the rolls, it's not tight fitting, and it's casual. Yeah. And then so
That's how he is in the movie, huh?
he's not in this. Well, yeah, he is in this movie because he plays Silent Bob.
Yeah, he has to be in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like that, right? He's pretty skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah,
skinny.
It's crazy.
And so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. But he still wears baggy clothes, even though he's lost a lot of weight, which I think is I know he used to be a big guy.
Jeez.
There's this whole fiasco that he was like too fat to fly on Southwest Airlines.
Oh.
They treated him like so poorly. And I guess that they made it seem like he was making a big deal about it, but he was just asking like common questions, like he didn't want any attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like this whole fucking problem.
Yeah, man. It's awesome when people can change their life like that, To
Right.
see there's a lot of like old and skinny and big pictures. You just see it in his face too. Like, we carry a lot of weight in our face. I do, for sure. But he looks awesome now, dude. Good for him. But yeah, I got to check out the movie, dude. I wanted to watch all three.
Yeah,
Did
so-
you watch all three? Did you watch the first, second, and third?
I've watched the past one several times, and I think a couple months ago, like I watched all of his movies again
Oh,
because
okay.
he has it's easy to get through all his movies. You could do it pretty quick. He's only got like 13 films or something.
That's a lot, man.
I mean, it's a decent amount.
Yeah,
But I mean, like you
you
get through
love-
them. It's
yeah.
not hard.
But when you like the person, you like the characters he does, it's easy.
And
Yeah.
he has some decent ones. Like there's some
Yeah.
ones there that are, but they're all very low budget films. And there's like a couple that feel like they might have been like, bigger budgets at the time back in the day.
Yeah.
But they feel a little bit more like low budget, but the stories are good. And I've always enjoyed that. Like they take weird turns and they're fun. Yeah. So in the movie, Clerks 3, the main character guy has a heart attack. And then he decides that, he always loved movies. He wants to make a movie. So Clerks 3 is really a movie about the making of Clerks.
The first one.
Yeah. Because it's just like him making a movie
just slightly
about the convenience
different.
store.
Slightly different though.
Just slightly. But like there's all the scenes that they're filming are all the scenes that were in the old movie. But now it's with like we're just seeing a movie being made about that movie. It's like kind of meta. But it takes a turn.
Just leave it there.
I'm just gonna say it takes a turn that was very emotional. Like it got really emotional, and I didn't expect it to go that way. Like I left the movie like just crying. Like I was crying. I was just so like saddened.
Well, they're making a 4 too, right?
I don't know. I haven't kept up. Did he say he's making a 4 now?
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you're like, I was like, they're making 3. You're like, they're making 4. I was like, whoa. Yeah, dude. I thought you said they were making a 4th one too.
Yeah, I guess his movieweb.com titled article, Kevin Smith says he'll never stop making movies, teases Clerks 4. But it took us this long to get to Clerks 3.
Yeah. We don't know when that's going to come.
He is always writing things. So just because he says like, yeah, I want to write Clerks 4 doesn't mean that like he's not that it'll actually be made. It's not one of these like, now I'm not going to say like he's not a J.J. Abrams guy who says I'm making this, it's green lit already and we're doing it.
Yeah, he'll do it when he's ready.
Yeah, and he hasn't had issues, and I wouldn't say he hasn't had issues, but he has successfully been able to finance his own movies in the past.
Yeah.
Through different things. Like there's one movie that I don't know if I'll ever be able to see, but I really want to, and it's called Kilroy Lives or something.
And it never got released, or what?
He released the movie as an NFT.
Oh, so you have to buy it?
So you have to buy the NFT
to watch it,
to be able to watch the movie.
Nobody has a copy of it.
I'm sure people do, but I guess like, I don't know. You can't like, how am I supposed to do it unless I bought that NFT, which is like hundreds of dollars at the time it was minted, sold out quick, I think.
Oh.
And then like, there's limited amount and that's it. Those are the only people who would be able to see this movie.
Do you think you'll ever do a space movie? Because you said like, if Kevin Smith's doing
I don't know if he ever will, because
I would want to see,
unless it's a space movie where it's set inside of like a corridor the entire time.
Oh yeah, it's set in the convenience store inside of a ship.
Yeah.
Well, you could do that. That should be
like,
Clerks 4.
What is that? Quarks from Star Trek? Is that the guy's name with the big ears? He's got the convenience store inside. It's not a convenience store. It's like a bar inside a Deep Space Nine station. I'm lost you, huh?
that should be number 4, dude. He should make Clerks 4, and it should be aliens now playing
Clerks 4 in space.
And it's in there at this convenience store inside of a ship.
I'd actually be interested to see where Clerks 4 goes after seeing Clerks 3.
I know. Don't say anything. I know you want to. I know you want to say it.
Just knowing what that story ended up being, and then I would like to see, because I think it ended so well. I think that was a perfect way to end a franchise.
But you can, there's always ways to see. This is why I don't want to, because I'm already getting the vibe of what's going on, because you keep shutting down 4. And you're not leaving it open, so now you're making me think someone dies.
Well, I just don't know what he would do. Like I could see.
You're making me think he dies or something.
I just don't know how where to go.
He has a massive heart attack and he dies eating a Twinkie.
No. The guy who had the heart attack in the beginning, he lives and he makes a movie. He makes
I know,
Clerks.
but I'm saying you already said it was sad. So now it's going to be. There's only so many
Also,
options.
it made me emotionally sad. Like, it was just sad.
I know.
You know,
but,
it's just a movie that was like, oh, wow, you know.
but see, this is what my
tear
mind
jerking.
does. That's why I don't like to watch trailers, because I will figure out a linear path
Well,
to
stop
this.
thinking about it.
I
like
know.
that.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I don't. Yeah.
Have
you can't give me
seen
hints like that.
any of his other like horror movies?
No, I still want to watch that Walrus one or whatever. Tusk or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta see Tusk. I
Walrus
saw
is
a
the-
picture of him and Justin Long, who is the main character in Tusk, and then it was who's that fucking guy who owns Raw? He's like fucking crazy.
Raw.
His name is like Justin or
Long.
no, it's not Justin. God damn, what's his name? You know, the crazy guy with the hair, and he's like, "Yeah, guys,
Oh, from like Raw Cones.
yeah,
That guy. I don't remember his name. I mean, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard his name.
I always forget his name. Josh Kesselman.
I never knew that. I never.
If
knew
I heard
his
that name in conversation, I would know who they were talking about.
Yeah, I never knew that.
But
He has rings and shit.
and the only reason, yeah, he's got rings. He wears like this like little
Yeah.
blazer.
Yeah. Hey guys, and he's always happy.
He's
Dude.
always fucking happy.
Yeah,
but
dude.
I think what
He's
I
all
trip
happy
out
smoking.
on, yeah, is like his videos. He has a bunch of shorts on YouTube,
Yeah.
and those shorts are like all about like rolling different things or educating you about the rolling paper or showing you how to do this or that. And it's like educational, but it's also, I think, great for someone like me who, like, I didn't get in hardcore into weed until like the pandemic. And even then, I didn't start like doing any actual smoking until this year.
Yeah.
I just did edibles. So this guy's taught me a lot.
Oh, he teaches everybody everything.
And I think it's a perfect marketing thing because like now I just buy all his products.
Well, he shows you how to use it correctly too. He's
Yes.
like, don't do it this way. Do it that. You know, he tells you how to use his stuff.
And the way
right
he does it, he's like, just wrong, man. You can't do it like that. It's like,
He had a whole video on spotting fakes.
yes, on how to find the fake paper and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this and it has this marker.
And
If
he's
you
always
open it
laughing
here-
about it. And he's like, so if you find out that your smoke shop sells this, then just don't ever shop there again, man.
Don't buy their stuff.
Don't buy their stuff.
Yeah.
They're just going to keep doing it. So,
Okay, bye.
okay, bye. Yeah.
And they
He's
just
so funny.
he like runs out of frame.
He's crazy. And of course, you know, he would have met Kevin Smith, who I guess didn't start smoking weed until he did that movie with Seth Rogen. That was one of Kevin Smith's Rogen movies. Was
Which one? Which one was it?
oh, what the fuck was that dude's name? Something and Mary Make a Porno.
Zach and Mary.
Zach and Mary Make a Porno.
Oh yeah, Kevin Smith was in that movie,
Well, he wrote that movie. He wrote and directed it.
but he was in it too, right?
I think he I don't know
No,
if
he
was
wasn't.
in that
No,
one.
that's
No,
right.
but Jay was. Jason Mewes.
Yeah, he was in it. He was funny. Yeah. Oh, that's why he was in it. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he wrote and directed. So that's one of his movies, which I thought was really good. And I
Yeah,
remember
yeah, it was
seeing
funny.
that movie as a kid. Well, not like a young kid, but
Yeah, man.
what year was this? 2008. So I was
Has-
18.
You know, it has the word porno in it, so
Zach and Miri Make a Porno. I think this is like the first Seth Rogen movie I actually remember seeing.
really,
Yeah.
You didn't watch Pineapple Express?
I don't think that came out.
Yeah.
I think Pineapple Express came out after it.
No. It came
Really?
out- It came out before.
Let's see. When did it come out?
I don't know, man. 2000 something.
Oh, it came out the same year.
Ah, when was it released? What month?
Let's see. This
Let's
was
see.
released
Dun,
in
dun, dun.
August.
Okay. All right.
So it's big summer blockbuster release.
Zach and Mary.
And this came out in October.
Yeah.
That's probably why I think of it then.
It's pretty
Because-
close.
I probably saw Pineapple Express with Seth Rogen first.
Yeah. Yeah, that was first.
Let's see if I remember anything else he did. Who's that?
He was also in Knocked Up.
There's some lady at my doorbell.
You want to answer it on the podcast?
No, I want to listen in though.
Oh, I was gonna say you could talk to her,
If this thing loads.
but you should have talked to her with the mic. Hi, can I help you? We already know we have to vote.
I know, right? You get so many.
You
of
had
those
like
people.
3 people in one day come to tell you to vote.
Let me see.
Are you sure? Are you ready to vote?
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I said ow. None of that hit me.
Ow, ooh.
I don't know why I always have issues with this stupid doorbell camera.
What is it? What company is it?
It's a company called Lorix.
Okay. I don't know. I've never heard of it, but sounds cool.
It would be cool if it worked.
Right?
I wonder if maybe it's because it's on somebody else. I don't know. But
So you can't talk to them or anything? It won't,
you
the
can.
app-
You can. It's just that if someone's at the door, like, look, now I can't even load the doorbell.
Oh, you just want to open the camera just to look?
I'm just trying to look.
Yeah. I want to say our Ring just
Okay, now it's working, but it's only working in the view with all the cameras. And now it's trying to notify me that someone's at my camera.
So you have a camera on the door. Where else do you have a camera?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
There's a camera in this room because that was when we were all in this room. The dogs
Yeah.
were in this room. We worked from this room. So at the time, we knew we were going to be working in this room, and we knew all of our computers and stuff was going to be in here. So it made sense to put the camera in case
Yeah.
anything ever happened in here.
Now we need.
And then we have one in the dining room because it catches the back door and the front door.
Okay.
And then I have a bunch of cameras that are not installed.
Yeah, that's one you want to put in the back and stuff, right?
Yeah, those are the outdoor cameras.
Yeah.
But I don't have those installed. And I need to get them installed because the longer I wait, the more I'm thinking like, is it even going to be worth it to install it? What if I move in 2 years?
Yeah, just install it, man. Do you I heard there's like an app where you can just put what you need done and then people will like respond.
Yeah, there is. And I think I looked into seeing how much that would cost. And the only reason I'm not doing it myself, because I normally would, I did it at my dad's
Yeah.
in California. But it's like the crawl space in this attic is really weird to get to. And I just don't feel that comfortable crawling in the attic.
I wouldn't.
That's
Fuck that.
just so like you have to go around all of this. There's a lot of piping and air ducts and stuff.
Yeah.
It just
I
didn't
wouldn't-
seem worth it for me.
Excuse
So
me.
I'd rather hire somebody. But, you know, we got this wedding coming up. Got a lot of other purchases. It's just been getting pushed back. There's a lot
Yeah.
of things I want
I've
to do.
been
that just
into
get
my
pushed
attic,
back.
dude. I've been into my attic and it's crazy up there, dude. It's whoever works in attics and shit, that's a crazy life, man. It's a lot of shit up there. It's so dusty, dirt everywhere. Like everything you touch is like, and then you got beams and exposed like nails and shit and just like all kinds of shit up there, dude. Like people have probably gnarly freaking attics that nobody goes up to. Those things, apparently you're supposed to clean them and it's actually good to like double insulate them or something. It'll make your house cooler.
What, the attic?
Yeah. You can get
Yeah.
like all the walls insulated and shit.
Because you're just trapping a lot of heat up there.
Yeah. So you would trap it on the roof instead of getting into the house. But
There's a house out here that a friend, he built way back in the day. He bought land and he built this house. And he built it with designs from the East Coast. So he actually has one of those like attics that you walk into,
yeah, I want one of those.
and then like there's so much room. Like it looks like a giant barn house up in there.
Oh,
Like it's so crazy.
because he made the freaking roof
His
crazy
house
tall.
is huge. It's so big. And yeah, the roof is crazy tall. And there's all this storage area and catwalks to go through everything. And it's like crazy. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know, it would be really awesome to design your own house. I would create some kind of shit like that.
I know, I would too. You know, growing up, I loved playing The Sims
Yeah.
just for that. Like,
I've done a lot of
designing your own
building
house
in games, even Fallout too. You got to build your compound and shit. Like, so I've sat there, build walls, decorate and put wallpaper. I've built doors. I've done all this, and it's like practice. You're like, oh, that's how you would make a stairway, and then I can go up it, and then now I can get to this room, and like you start like designing it in your head.
do you have to do all that third person?
You can do a first person or third person. Yeah, you can.
But it's
switch.
one of those, like, it's not the overhead view like in Sims or something, right?
No, you're in it, man. So
Oh, shiza.
yeah, dude, you got.
That's cool. Which Fallout is this?
This is the last one, dude. The
The
last
most
one.
76 or something?
Let me look. I was getting mixed up, but they're coming out. I want to say Fallout 3. Let me
There's
see.
someone at the door again.
No, Fallout 4. Let's see. Hold on. No, 76.
What is she saying? Hold on. How come I can never look at the fucking door?
Yeah, it's 76.
What is she going on about?
And then there was an
over
update to 76 too. The Pit.
here? I'm just spying on Crystal now.
Yeah, it's Fallout 76, dude. There's videos on Reddit, dude, of people building crazy shit, dude. I never sent you those videos.
No.
I probably sent it to Xerxes, but
I've seen some of the crazy builds that they've been doing for whatchamacallit? Motherfucking Halo Infinite's Forge mode.
yeah.
Have you seen some of the crazy shit that's happened there? This guy made Andy's room.
Oh, nice.
Like, holy fuck. How he did it, and he's showing you how he did some of the things. Like, some of the things people are doing with these, like, you can scale items and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the massive amount of fucking shit that you can do in Halo Infinite's Forge mode is fucking crazy. I can't wait. I don't know if they already are, but if not, I can't wait for them to start putting letting people publish maps to Forge.
This is it right here. This is you walking through the
Let's see. Tilt it up a little. Like that. It was a big glare. Also, they built everything that's there in like brick and shit.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like,
You have all the materials and stuff. You can
Huh.
get it. You can get certain materials through just playing the game, like vending machines and all that shit. Computers in your house, like anything that you need, workbenches, like weapon.
yeah, but where are you storing all this shit?
it's in your inventory to use. It's just on your list of stuff that you can
Yeah,
use to
but
build.
like physically, where is it in the game?
It's just saved to your character. These are all just
so
options.
it's not like Elder Scrolls where you get weighed down by carrying too much shit.
No,
You
you're
have
not.
to put it down.
You have to carry the materials to build. So like,
Yeah, but then when you carry the materials, do you have to store it somewhere or what?
yeah, I mean, people have chests they can keep all their stuff in, but yeah, you can keep all your guns, all your like extra shit that you've been storing, all your metals. You can keep it all in chests.
He put a fucking open sign on his house.
Yeah, dude. There's crazy.
That's funny. Does your house get attacked?
Oh yeah. You sometimes you get text. So you can put automatic turrets. You can put automatic missile launchers and shit to shoot shit that comes to your base.
Wow.
Yeah, you can set. And then you usually have a guy that hangs out there. He's like, "Hey man, did you ever find out where my family is?" And he'll just be
The
like,
guy just hangs out at your house?
he'll just be hanging out of your house asking you for stuff sometimes. You can even like, since he's like, so then when shit goes down at your place, he'll defend it. He'll just go out there and start shooting shit if you give him a gun. Yeah, dude, 76 is awesome, man. And then it's been evolving. I haven't played in a while, actually. Now that I think about it, I haven't messed with my shit.
Here's
But they
some of
give
that
you
Andy's room tour.
a lot of free shit too.
This is all made with artifacts in Halo.
Dude, these guys are crazy, man. These guys have this is way harder to do than what this guy did.
Yeah, he made things collapsible.
Because he made stuff that doesn't even
it doesn't even exist in Halo. You had to create each individual, I don't know if I can find where he shows you how he made certain things.
Yeah, no, that's way harder to do.
But basically what he was saying is that a lot of the items are fully scalable. So you can make a small cup huge, right? And so he'll take certain items and he'll scale them, and then you can make things push into each other. And that's how he made a bunch of the walls and structures and shit. Someone else's?
Yeah.
You made a banjo?
You get crazy guns too, and you can modify your guns. You can make them I
always heard a bunch of bad things about
what?
Fallout 76.
That's bullshit.
I can't remember what it was, but there was some things that had some negative
There's
reviews.
always things to complain about in any game. But overall, you're just looking at it. What does it look like? Just their engine is so crazy. They're using this Fallout engine for a new game in space.
Oh, yeah. That space one.
Yeah. So just think about all the crazy shit you can do in Fallout, but then you're going to be in space and you make your own ship.
Now, this is the same people that do the Elder Scrolls too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, their engine is just huge where they can just build these worlds. And then I can meet up with you in the world and go check out your place.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I can go visit, dude. I used to go chill at Xerxes.
In your world, is my place there, or you have to go visit my world?
No, you have to link up. You have to friend request and then put you on the same server.
Do you have to choose whose world you're visiting?
Yeah, I can go to yours or you can go to mine. Okay. Yeah, but it really what you're doing is someone is the main inviter or invitee, so it doesn't matter one or the other. They're just going to put you together in the same server. But what gets a little bit interesting is when you build your place, all that shit that they use, all the materials, all the signs, all the machines and robots and all the shit, all the decorations and flooring, all that shit you did to your house, it has to load into the spot on the map because it's going to be an actual spot on the map. So if somebody else has a spot there, you can't load into that server. It won't let you put your house on top of their house because then that just fucks.
That was my question.
That fucks things up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just load you into another server. There's I don't know how many.
Because then that would have been cool if it was well, you build your house 3 centimeters left of here and I'll build mine 3 centimeters left there. And then when we merge our servers, we have houses right next to each other.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, if you're on one spot next to the river, you could just be down the stream, where you're at, so yeah, you could build it and you'll load in all right into the world next to them. But yeah, sometimes you load into other people that are next to you and they just want to start fighting. So you can go, anybody can get into the, so it's open world. You run into other characters all the time, which is kind of crazy. Most of the time everyone's pretty cool because you can set off friendly fire where you can't kill each other. So you can turn that off. But if you turn it on, it's game on. Then people can kill you. You can go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But no, it's funny, dude. There'll be some crazy people just shooting at each other for no reason. But yeah, the game's fun, dude. And it's just these open world games where this is what they're trying to do with meta and shit. They're already kind of doing, there's these worlds, people build all this shit. This is the kind of stuff they want. They know people are spending a lot of time doing these kind of games. It's popular, especially other games too, like Roblox and stuff. Dude, Roblox gets so many million daily users. 15.
Did you hear about the chaos that was the Overwatch 2 launch?
No, what happened with that?
I guess right coming out of beta, there was the servers were overloaded and all this bullshit where you went to go play, but then it said 4,000 people ahead of you,
Whoa.
and you were just waiting in a queue.
So they're having server issues.
Yeah, I kind of want to play it. They made it free to play this time before you like bought the game, I think, and then all the characters and stuff came from like loot boxes and shit.
Yeah,
so you had to buy
I
loot
downloaded
boxes.
it. I got it. If you want to play,
Overwatch 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I download all the new shit. I play a lot. I've been playing so many different games
I
now.
gotta put it on this computer and take a look.
I just go instead of playing because I was playing Halo all the time, every day. And after a while, I'm like, there's not really any challenges right now. I ain't got shit to do. Like,
Overwatch was always fun.
I could do the
we
weekly.
played Overwatch a couple times, didn't we?
No, I've never played
Who
Overwatch.
did I play with?
You play with somebody else, man.
I could have sworn it was you or Rob that jumped in with me.
No, I had Overwatch at one point, but I deleted it or uninstalled it. I don't know why. I'm like fucking. This fucking Bud Light's making me barf right now, man.
Well, it's just carbonated piss water, so.
And it's so good.
What does it say?
It
Malt
says
and
fucking.
rice?
It says fucking awesome.
No,
That's what it
Does
says.
it say it's brewed with?
It says it's brewed with
hops,
fucking
malt, and rice.
the most awesomest fucking shit. Barley. That's what it says. I don't know why.
Always brewed using the choices.
Yeah, that's right, man. When you have choices, you know which one to go with.
Wait, what does that even mean? Does that
Choice,
isn't
man.
that really what it says? Always
Using
brewed
the choices.
using the choices.
Yeah, like the
Hops,
best, the
best.
choices. Like that's choice. Yeah.
Oh, the choiciest.
Yes.
I thought it just said my angle right here. I'm looking at that can and I don't see the T.
Choices.
I had to go like this. So I just thought it was the choices.
Choiciest.
And then I didn't see the best. You know, I'm just going
And
to.
the best. No,
Always brewed using the choiciest hops, best barley, malt, and rice.
Yeah. That's right. That's the only way you make good shit.
So we have the choiciest hops,
Yeah.
the best barley malt,
That's right.
and then we have rice.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special about the rice, huh?
Rice is just rice, man.
It's just rice.
Yeah. It's all about the hops and the barley, man.
I didn't even know you put rice in beer.
You do in Bud Light.
That's so weird.
Yeah. You need it.
I guess like I've never seen a beer get brewed, so maybe I don't really know what goes into that.
I don't know what goes into it. I just know what this
I'm
says.
guessing some form of carbonation. Maybe? Where's the carbon? Or is it all from the brewing
You know why
process?
they used to drink like mead, right? Mead and wine.
Mead is like a wine. It's like it's like a beer wine.
They used to drink it because all the water would make them sick. So they would just be like, all right, well, I'm just going to drink mead so I don't fucking die. Yeah, because there was a lot of like polluted water. They didn't know how to treat
Parasitical
water.
water.
Yeah, you get fucking worms and shit from drinking bad water. Was it parasites in your intestines and shit? So makes you sick. You're throwing up. You're like, oh, this fucking water, you know? They didn't know at like microbial level that there was shit that they were drinking that was not good. Right? Isn't that like what happened with the guy that invented the first like microscope? He like showed them like an image of it and they're like, we don't believe that. There's no way that all that shit is going on. And we need to like fucking like double review this shit. Like nobody would believe this like scientist. He was like, look, dude, this is what we can see with the.
You know, it's funny to think because like sometimes that's true in science where you get like this mad scientist guy who's like
just breaks everything.
Look, I just discovered this. It's an actual thing. It's real. And people are like, the fuck? That guy's crazy.
No, that doesn't exist.
What the fuck is that?
You know what they used to call them before they called them what did I just say? They're like microorganisms, right?
Microbes.
Yeah. They called them like micro animals. That's what they thought they were. They called them, like in the beginning, I want to say they called them micro animals because they're all squiggly. They got like they're not fingers, but they have tentacles and like they have little things wiggling and stuff. So they're like, oh, that's like micro animals. That's what they called it before, obviously they started studying it and figuring out all that shit.
Yeah, and then they define their animal kingdoms and shit.
Yeah. They're like, oh, that's not.
Well, it doesn't really count.
That's not an animal.
Yeah. Like, well, if that guy can do it with that lens.
But you see like a worm
better.
and shit going like this, you're like, oh, that's a fucking worm.
Ew.
Yeah, you would see crazy. They probably saw crazy shit, tadpoles and shit.
Can you imagine the guy who discovers that and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he starts looking under everything.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, well, what's under my hand? What the fuck? That's on my hand? What's on my soap?
Oh yeah, they
what the fuck?
Cut a piece of skin and they put it under. Like, whoa, that's what it looks like. Yeah, they probably were freaking out about everything, dude, in the beginning. But yeah, I think they started with water. I think the first thing they did was water. That's what made me think of it. They just put like a drop of water, and then he looked and he's like, whoa, what the fuck? What's in this water? So yeah, that's why they used to drink wine and shit, because they were always getting sick. And that was the only safe thing to drink, especially if you go on like a long journey and shit, like on a boat or something. You can't
Nobody's
have
boiling
water.
their water.
Yeah, they probably just put it in a barrel and the water's all fucking green. They're all drinking it and they're all throwing up and sick and shit. And they're probably like, we can't do this.
Dying of scurvy and shit.
Yeah. So we're like, we need wine. Wine will last in a barrel. It'll be fine. It won't fucking kill us. And it, fucks us up. It feels good. Yo, how? And they're just like dancing around and shit. Yeah, dude. But yeah, I don't know. It's just funny to think about like all that shit. But that's the story of beer.
Yeah. I don't really care for that kind of beer. I like my beer with
Cider.
quality rice.
Let's get some
Not just
cider.
everyday rice. That cider that you brought was really good.
Yeah, it was.
What was it, like black cherry apple from Angry Orchard?
Yeah, black cherry.
But-
8%.
Yeah, they call it something like is Angry Orchard Premium or Angry Orchard
It was
Plus
like
or
hard
something.
or some or
Angry Orchard too hard.
hard for your face.
Too hard.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it.
I want to clean my glasses. I'm like, oh, cool! I have a glasses cloth right here. Ooh. Gotta clean them. They're all smudgy. I always tell myself I'm gonna clean my glasses at work because I got glasses cloths at work.
Hardcore dark cherry.
Oh, I get it.
Duh.
Duh. Ugh.
Hardcore. It was in a totally different dark red box. I was like, what the hell is this? So I grabbed it. It was good. But yeah, that kind of stuff's cool. I still need to research this and figure out. I just want to see if I can make my own batch, like just like a little batch, like just get like a fucking dozen apples and see what I can do with them. And then just go from there. Start mad scientist in it, dude. Put it in like a little, I'll get a little mini barrel. I'll get a small one that holds like 32 ounces. That'd be funny. I pop the top with the little cork. But that'd be interesting. But yeah, dude, check out Fallout, dude. If you ever like want to like see those crazy
maybe
worlds.
I should. If I ever, no, I gotta finish Cyberpunk first.
Oh, do that too. That's.
What else
I
do I
heard
gotta
they
do? And then I
updated
want to
too.
buy Spider-Man.
There's
on
Spider-Man
Steam.
for. Oh, I was gonna say the Spider-Man for Xbox. I thought that was
No,
only Sony.
the Spider-Man remastered went on the PC.
That's fun.
And so I want to play that.
Spider-Man's fun.
And I need to buy that because hopefully if Sony sees like a lot of sales, then they'll want to put more of their exclusives on PC.
What about
That's
that?
a whole other market that they're not touching, you know?
What's that new DC game they got right now? Have you seen it?
Ooh.
Embattled or something? Or what's it?
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
I saw. I almost downloaded it, but I hadn't seen like an actual.
Oh gosh, what is
play?
it? It's DC. No.
I'll find it right now.
Gotham
Knights.
Gotham Knights. There it is. I knew it was Batman related.
Yeah, so I've seen some clips now coming out. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's multiplayer or what, dude.
I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, I want to say there was 2 characters and they were both on the street fighting.
I'm gonna wait till someone reviews something like that. Like, I don't trust. I have trust issues with video games nowadays. Back in the day, you could line up at GameStop at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe earlier, just to be first in line to purchase the game on its official release date, 12 a.m.
Here you go, dude. We got to get
1 minute
this.
the next day.
Let's get it. Okay, so while gamers can play Gotham Knights solo, the game clearly emphasizes the appeal of its multiplayer options. The main multiplayer mode is a drop-in, drop-out co-op option that lets 2 players team up, combine their character abilities, and shore up their allies' weaknesses.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see how that. I want to know more about the game. Like, I want to see somebody review it and play it before I spend my money on it.
I want to just jump in.
A game needs to be like good. I don't want to buy it and then it be buggy.
It looks cool,
or like half-assed, or like repetitive, or just a money grabbing thing. Like, I know Overwatch, for example, that's what they're really in it for. Like, they have a battle pass system. So if you really want, you spend money on the battle pass now, just to get more characters and unlocks and skins. But at least I know like the core functionality is not going to be interrupted by me. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of what was it? What?
Oh, you have to unlock the multiplayer.
You probably have to get to a certain part of the game. A lot of them do that.
Interesting. I'll probably get it. I'll let you know
like
what
that. Luigi's Mansion was like that.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll let you know what I think of it.
Oh yeah, I know I'm going to see stuff on YouTube and shit before, you know?
Because I think it's interesting. Some of the... okay, so you're building up your character. So this dude's Robin. He's got all these like abilities and he has to put his like stats on them. See? So you kind of pick how you build your character. So I do this shit all the time with 2K. I have to pick how I'm going to make shooting, agility.
You have to do that same
strength,
thing with a lot of games.
Block.
What was I playing recently?
Dribble.
Oh, yeah. You got to do it with... I played Star Wars game, was really fun like that.
Where you're making your personalized character type arc kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can move stuff around. You can make him really strong this or... So what can you do with Robin? What do you think?
You know what a good game that really went down that road hardcore, was so fun at the time. Way back in I think the 360 day. Maybe even the original Xbox. Was Fable. You ever play Fable?
No.
So Fable was a game where you're like
I saw it. I remember.
Yeah. So like think of like your Witcher or your Elder Scrolls, that kind of like medieval world of fantasy setting. But depending on the choices you made, every single choice you made in that game, everything you decided to do, people you would attack, people you would talk to, missions that you would take, really determined if you were more chaotic and evil or honorable and good.
Okay.
And it ultimately, I think, affected the ending.
Yeah.
But your character, you could build out your character and just do all the evil stuff. And over time, your character was demonic.
Okay. Yeah.
And was really like evil. Or you build out your character and over time, your character is like a saint, like a heroic good guy. And that was fun. That was a really cool way of doing it, because you really had to make you think on every choice you made. Was like, oh, that would be so much easier if I could just kill that guy and take the thing I need, which I can, but it's going to fuck up my character arc.
Was that Bethesda too?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Because that sounds exactly like Fallout too. Fallout does the exact same thing.
I think it was Batista.
Batista? Oh,
Bethesda.
Bethesda. Yeah, I said it wrong. Bethesda. And you said
Something.
Batista.
Bethesda.
Bethesda, yeah. That's the name of the fucking... I don't know what the fuck I was saying.
Video game. They made 3 of these games. Let's see who made it.
Who made Fable? Hey Google, who made Fable the game? Lionhead.
Thank you, Google. Lionhead. And then it looks like the other ones were done from Microsoft Studios.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess Fallout then just kind of took the same shit from what they were doing. Because yeah, you have to talk to people. Depending on your answer, you can say fuck you or whatever, and then they won't like you and talk to you. Or if you're cool with them, you'll trade with them, and they'll give you stuff when you talk to them, if you help them. Oh, can you find my son? He was in the forest. And then you do shit, you find him, bring him back, and then they give you rewards and shit. So yeah, there's always shit to do in the world, all these side quests.
Oh yeah, all 3 of them were developed by Lionhead Studios. It was really fun. I remember it was a good one. I think it was one that my sister used to play video games, and she used to play this one too. She really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so if you like that stuff, they're still doing that with Fallout. Yeah, that's what there's a store owner that's selling guns. You could kill him. You can fucking shoot him in the face and kill him, but you won't get all the shit. He's selling way more stuff than you can rob him for. So
I think what took this a little bit different was that, because I know I've played games with that kind of arc, is like, oh yeah, we want you to follow this way, right? But I think the difference is that you're not only perceived different in the world, like it changes everything around you like that, but it doesn't limit you from being able to do certain things either. Like you're going to be able to, if you want to kill that guy, you're going to get everything he has.
Yeah,
because the game changes its way of movement. Like when you kill somebody in the way you had described it, it's kind of almost like a punishment. It's like, sure, you can steal some things, but you're not going to get everything he has. And the only way to do that is to keep him alive and barter with him or something. But in this game, I think it was like the idea was that you can move the game in 2 different ways. If you choose to be like completely evil and do bad things and be a bad person, the game is going to reward you with more bad tiers. And you get rewarded for being bad, or you get rewarded for being good. Or if you do a little bit of both, you get rewarded in kind of like that middle ground. Like it wasn't, there was give and take, but not as, I think, dramatically as some of the other games would.
Yeah, there's only certain guys like that you can kill, but you get punished. But then there's other guys, doesn't matter. You can kill them and take all their shit. So yeah, it just different characters in the game. And then, yeah, I mean, they had Elder Scrolls too. Like, dude, Xerxes used to run around as a fucking vampire because he kept eating people. So it turned him into a vampire. So if you want to be like a certain type of like character, you could do that. You just keep feeding on people. And then so like he always has to be up at night. But then he gets to do other shit that only vampires can do.
Only vampires can.
Yeah. So yeah.
Could you get cured of vampirism?
Yeah. Yeah. You could take potions and shit and be cured and cure it. But no, he wanted to be a vampire. So he was doing that on purpose. But yeah, they built stuff into the game. Like you could build your character certain ways and do stuff like that. And you could be like radioactive and shit and Fallout. You could be.
Can you still beat the game as a vampire?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can still do the main missions and stuff like that. They're just giving you the option to be a certain way in the world. But yeah, there's certain hardcore missions that everybody gets. Everybody's going to be able to do it. It's going to be available to everybody. But depending on what kind of character you build, you might have different side missions than other people. So if you made a good relationship in one town, you might be able to do other shit that nobody else can do because that's a side quest. That doesn't affect the main story. So yeah, sometimes there's Like, dude, he would go to towns as a vampire, and then there would be like, get him. They already know he was a vampire, and they're like trying to kill him. And then he would have to kill everybody in the town.
Does the town stay empty the next day?
I don't remember if it came. No, it wouldn't be the next day. As long as he was there, it was fine. But he would have to kill them. I remember because he would go to the town, and they would already know that he fucked up or something. Or sometimes it would reset. You can go back to a town.
But if you kill everybody in the town, it resets eventually?
Some towns do. It depends on what the story is and what you're doing. If it's not a main part of the game, you could probably wipe out a town and never come back. But if it's part of the...
Can you kill somebody that is crucial to your main mission?
No, because then it would just break the game.
Yeah. Where it's like, well, you'll never be able to finish the game now, but
yeah,
continue playing in the world, but you'll never finish the main quest.
You just go back and then not kill him and then just reset it.
Yeah, but then you'd have to like, oh man, now I've got to restart the game.
No, sometimes there's people you can't kill. They just don't let you kill them too.
Well, see, I want to be able to kill those people.
You want to fuck
and
up
have
your story.
the consequences. Yeah. Because that's it. It's like, bro, you lost. But I mean, it's still open world, so have at it.
Yeah.
But you'll never be able to finish this game unless you restart it.
It could give
so
you...
now you're in like this thing is like, I could still level up my character. I could still go get all the awesome items and do all the crazy stuff, but I'll never be able to finish the game unless I destroy this current save file.
Usually what it'll do is if you just never finish the mission, you can't progress. So if you never do what they ask you to do.
I want to be able to progress my character regardless of the mission.
No.
But like if I kill someone who's crucial to the main quest, like I want to still be able to play, but just know that I'm given that choice of like, hey, you're never going to be able to finish the game officially. You're never going to get past or finish anything. Like the consequences is that you're just stuck in this game working on yourself. And you're going to have to reset it anyway because you killed that guy.
I wanted...
And imagine like if that's like 50% or 60% into the game where, wow, I spent all this time, I killed that guy, and the only way for me to get back is if I restart the game.
There's two ways I would go with that. Like it would give you, like as soon as you're killing them, it would give you a warning like, hey, if you kill this is part of your main mission. That I could see that popping up.
No, I just want to be fucked. Like I want the game to be ruthless to me. It's like,
I know,
bro,
so
that you fucked up.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. That would be one option to like, hey, just let you know you're gonna fuck this up if you do it. But if you don't want the warnings, then what you could do is like, hey, you kill them or whatever. But then when you're going on your mission, now your main mission has changed. Now you have to like climb to the highest peak or something to get like a flower or something that now has to bring that person back or something.
No, I don't want to restore it. I don't want to have a cheat way out. I want it to be like that's the consequence. You can definitely destroy the main storyline and never finish the game.
Yeah. So if you never do that mission, then you'd just be fucked.
Like in order to get this special weapon, I need to go through this mission, and the only way to get to this next area is with that special weapon. But I killed the guy who's supposed to give me the mission, so now I'll never be able to grab that special weapon, and I'll never be able to open up this part of the map. And I spent all this time playing the game, and there's no like, oh, what save slot am I in? It's like auto saved, and now I got to restart the entire game from the beginning.
Yeah, I think you just lose a bunch of
I just
fans.
want to be tortured.
I think you just lose a lot of people.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that are just as like, you know.
It could be indie.
They want that.
It could be an indie game.
They want that. They want like, the game is so realistic because if I did that in real life, I'd be fucked.
You could create a game like that, and then it would maybe create some like buzz. Like, hey man, if you don't do it right, the game just fucking ends and you have to start over. Like it could like create some kind of buzz. Like if you really had a ruthless game that was hard. But I don't know. It's all depending on how cool you make it look. Because if it doesn't look cool, then people ain't gonna waste their time trying to beat your game. So it'd have to have a cool look and stuff. But Yeah, my option, those two options were more like the reasonable ones, not the fuck you ones. Mine were like, if you do this, you're now making it harder. So like if you keep fucking up your missions, they just progressively get harder to fix. So you'll lose the mission you were doing. Now you have to do the side quest just to fix the mission. And then you could, if you keep doing that, you would just progressively make it harder and harder to fix. So you could fuck them that way too, and it would make the game longer.
That sounds like the game I just described, but with extra steps.
No, you described a fuck you game where when you just...
Yeah, you did the same thing, but you had to go through, make it harder and harder and harder until it becomes that point.
No, but you still have your character. You said fuck you, where you have to restart the whole game. You don't even get your character.
Right, that's the ultimate punishment for it.
Yeah, yours is way different, man.
You eventually get to the ultimate punishment because you can only go so far with that. You know, of like, oh, you're making it harder. You're making it even harder. It's too hard now. Now you can't finish it. Like you gave him 6 warnings.
You could.
You know, but like I'm saying is that same model. Except let's not get to that spot.
Mine doesn't have to end.
Oh, well, it could just be that's training wheels, man. I don't want no training wheels.
Dude, your game doesn't exist.
I want it to exist.
No, it doesn't exist for a reason because nobody's going to play that stupid game.
There are people who want to play that game. I know they want to play that game because I want to play that game.
Well,
so I know there's people out there who are just as tortured, who want to be like, I want to be tortured in my game. Give me that ultimate feeling of like failure. I want that. And you know how I know people are like that? Because then we wouldn't have had so many Dark Souls.
Oh, there's definitely people out there that want that game, but they don't make that game for a reason. That's what I'm telling you. Because it just doesn't have a big enough audience to carry it. So they're like, nah, fuck that. We're not going to do it. Because it would have to be... Oh.
Don't pay attention to that. Only we can hear that.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
I muted it. That's just lets us know we got to the hour mark.
That's what I'm saying. You could have a compromise where you make your fuck you game, but you also have... It would just be more of a challenge. I think people would do it. I think people were like, all right, fuck it.
I know people will. They want that. They want, you know what? We can compromise. We can have the mode, like it's a setting you start with.
Difficulty level.
Yeah.
That's fuck you level.
It's either you get the chances to fuck up yourself and fix it, or you're just fucked. How do you want to start the game? So this way you go into it knowing that that's always a consequence.
I like the surprise factor though too. The surprise factor is funny. Not knowing that that's going to happen.
Well, you just told me that game's not going to exist and no one wants to make it and you trashed the whole idea.
Yeah, you were supposed to fight for it.
I did fight for it. I did. I went back and forth with it and I still want it. Now I'm trying to compromise at the table.
No, don't compromise. Be like, I'm making this game.
I'm not going to make the game. I don't know how to do that. I'll play it. I'll play it for a good 5 minutes.
You can make it, man. You just got to pitch it to people that can put it together. People that want to build it.
That's not me making it, though. That's me pitching an idea. Well, anybody could pitch an idea.
No, not necessarily. Not good ideas. Yeah, everybody.
Well, I didn't say everybody can pitch good ideas.
Yeah, people have a lot of shitty ideas out there.
Have a bunch of shitty ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have a cool idea, and then you have to have cool people to make it. You're going to need help regardless. You ain't going to make this shit by yourself.
In the office building I was working in, they had this, each room has thermostats on it.
Yeah.
And I guess like the air conditioning was all weird in the building. So some people felt like the rooms were not getting cold enough. So they would like tape these vent holes on the thermostat that were all controlled like by a single location or something. And they eventually, the thermostats couldn't breathe or something like that because they kept taping them.
Yeah.
And then they like broke all the thermostats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why I was talking about this.
I don't know either, man. I don't know.
What was the last thing you said that prompted
We were talking about a goddamn game, and then you went to thermostats.
I don't know. I don't know where my head went.
So this one time, I saw something on the street, and it was there, and it was like, who put it there? I don't know. That's what you just did.
Oh shit!
All right, I think that's a perfect ending to this.
Because my brain just broke.
Yeah, let's leave it like that. All right, man. I think we're out.
All right.
This has been Digital Cortex.
Yeah, Digital Cortex. We are out.
Yeah.